me, and today we'll be doing how long will Vengeance Godzilla last in the GodzillaXImposterVerse. So, let's start with the painting flies. Vengeance Godzilla could even be in his old pre-evolved form. He really easily passes by. With literally negative difficulty, he passes by. Just like how Godzilla one-shot these guys with atomic breath, and I even beat them in his old evolved form, in his old base form, in his evolved form. With a single tail smack, GodzillaX was able to slice him in half. Kind of Vengeance Godzilla is comparable to Godzilla. It will be very similar. One beam atomic pulse is kind of over. Vengeance easily clears. What the flip? You have GodzillaX Destroyer from Godzilla vs. Destroyer. The first ever villain in the GodzillaXImposterVerse. Well, I don't know why this would be a challenge. This is not a challenge. Vengeance Godzilla passes with negative. Someone who is above Omniversal, and comparable to GodzillaX right now, versus someone who's on city level, to large city level. Well, Vengeance easily passes. Not a fight. Look at Bill Cipher. Look at that Bill Cipher right on the imposter's backpack. Again, these guys show no real feats. I mean, they were able to survive the hyperversal, like an explosion. But again, we're kind of one-shotted by the creator. Too many other characters can survive getting shot from. It's not a fight either. Again, Vengeance Godzilla easy passes. Next, Head Destroyer, the Head GodzillaXImposters. Well, again, these guys show no real feat. One of these guys, Godzilla, gets thrown around by what's his name? Godzilla vs. Monkey Godzilla. Vengeance Godzilla in base passes negative. The first real challenge. Why is it so low on the list? Well, a lot of these characters are hyperversal, but we have to go over the feats. So, in the fight, Godzilla and Ava were able to destroy the entire GodzillaVerse, but the creator was still there. So, yeah, they didn't get to avoid or the Omniversal God. They just really destroyed their verse and some of the GodzillaVerse with ease. But that was in their God forms. They also tanked the hyperversal explosion from Godzilla when he went full power in his base form or supercharged. That could be a massive feat in its own, but I mean, again, there's really nothing they can do. I mean, they can at least try, but Vengeance Godzilla skilled much above these guys. At best, these guys can get to hyperversal, lowest multiversal. Vengeance is omniversal and above, so Vengeance Godzilla, even though this is his first challenge, should pass with low to mid diff. Monkey. Well, here they were throwing around some of the other versions of GodzillaXImposterVerse, but like a weak one. He got picked up by the Omniversal God and thrown down to the ground. He doesn't really show that many feats. He takes one of the creator's beam, or the creator's beam. Oh, we can just call him God, like why not? But if he gets hit by a beam from Vengeance Godzilla, will most likely just be one-shotted. But still, he's kind of like a glass cannon. He's strong physically, but compared to any of the big characters, he's gonna get his cheeks absolutely clapped. Low diff. Well, he and our imposter kind of comparable is but he did help Godzilla fight Godzilla fight the Creator, who is one of the most powerful versions of Godzilla. And it was able to stab Godzilla. And because of that, stab the Creator, but didn't do much damage. I still see him getting destroyed. Then this Godzilla fell in his base form and was absolutely destroying this guy. Vengeance Godzilla does have a speed advantage. Another advantage you have to give is, unlike most of these characters, Vengeance Godzilla can fly. Yeah. My guy is flying. There's nothing these guys are doing. He can't do anything, even if he was slightly fast on the ground. Vengeance Godzilla can just fly over him and hit him with an assault of beams. Vengeance Godzilla clears low diff. This guy, Godzilla vs. Monkey Godzilla. That's actually a comic character. I made him with Google Slides. I was actually have him. I was going to make a video of this guy a while ago, like a couple years, but then all that stuff got deleted. I just wanted to bring him back for a cameo, but he doesn't show much. He beam stalemates Steel Godzilla, whose beam was able to one-shot a severely damaged Godzilla, which they were kind of all omniversal back then-ish. But it doesn't really show any our ability feats. Taking the Creator's beam, well, that's it. And we haven't even gotten to that Vengeance Godzilla when he was reality warping. But I do see Vengeance Godzilla clearing this with mid-diff. It's not really a challenge for him. This little bastard. He is an actual challenge. Well, one, like the rest of those father characters, he survived the Omniversal God's Pulse. He didn't end up dying. The Pulse killed lots of characters. Mostly the father ones, but still. He ended up surviving. And this guy survived the Creator's beam. He's actually kind of strong, but he's still not physically strong. He's actually pretty durable. But even if Vengeance Godzilla can't get around it, he can just go into his blue archetype form and use reality warping to get around that. I see him passing with mid-diff. Godzilla Jr. This picture looks kind of cursed. Godzilla Jr. The only reason he's above that because he's also survived that stuff. But he did get one shot by a mock true form universal god. I feel like one well-placed beam, or just one beam in general, should kill him. Box Destroyer, same with him. The Destroyer, he's only slightly above Godzilla Jr. But I just see him getting one shot by one simple beam. The mech is a challenge. He tanked multiple beams. He tanked a beam from the Omniversal God. The same type of beam that knocked Godzilla, with one of the most powerful characters in the entire series, back into his base form. Remember, this is true form Omniversal God. Not a lot of characters are able to tank that. Not a lot. But if Vengeance Godzilla does hit a good placed beam, either at the core or the core is his little red spot where he fires his chest beam, or just beams him really powerfully in general, uses reality warping, kind of how the Omniversal God's true form does. He should be able to knock him down, but to end up killing him is going to be difficult. I mean, he did fight a Godzilla, who back then was able to actually erase GXI from reality. That's evolved GXI. This Godzilla was also getting like 10v1 by people. He ended up, if it wasn't for Dio Godzilla third party, he probably would have killed Godzilla. But he's not even stronger than the imposter. So I see Vintage Godzilla in base form losing, super form losing, but when he gets to blue archetype and into his silver form, Vintage Godzilla should win with low to mid diff. Vintage Godzilla passes to mid to high diff, mid diff in his super base to super form, high that's the high diff, and the mid diff in his blue archetype in his silver form. He should be able to get around the max actual durability. Maszilla. Well, we kind of already saw this in Godzilla OC War Part 1. Maszilla and Vengeance fight. Vengeance just little boy, little bros him, takes him up and throws him. If Vengeance Godzilla really wanted to kill him, he would. As much as I like Maszilla, in this fight, yeah, he's canon to the GXIverse. There's nothing you can do. I mean, if he goes thermal, which is his most powerful form, he's stronger or equal to Super Vengeance Godzilla, but it's not even close to Blue Archetype or Silver. I see base to base Vengeance winning mid diff. If he goes thermal and Vengeance goes Super, Godzilla should win high diff. But once he goes Silver and Blue Archetype, it's mid diff. Vengeance should be able to pass Maszilla and get past them and move on to the next round with mid diff. A creator. So, this is interesting because he is powerful. He's kind of like a glass cannon. He's pretty powerful, but he does have some attacks. He can reality warp, and he also has a force field. But, as I asked Centroverse a very long time ago, can Vengeance Godzilla take his own beams? Yes, he can. His tanking beams are much stronger than him. Like Destroyer's beam in his original series. He should be able to tank his own attack back at him. And the force field, though he might not be able to get through it, if we put him in his silver form, he could probably get through it. There is a chance. But the creator biggest problem is, though he's pretty powerful, he's not that durable. We literally see him run away and teleport away into heaven to get away from Godzilla because in his mind he knew Godzilla would kill him. And because of that, I see something the similar thing happening here. Once the creator sees how powerful, Vengeance Godzilla is, he's probably going to try to run, which would probably end up the Vengeance Godzilla killing him before he can teleport. With one well-placed beam, kind of just like how GXI Godzilla accidentally killed the creator a while ago, was when he beamed the Omniversal guy who put up a shield, and sent his beam flying up and hit him, killing him. So again, the Vengeance Godzilla with a good beam should be able to cut him right in half. Centroverse passes mid-diff, and in the silver form, which I'm going to say mid-diff. The Omniversal God. Since this is not his mock true form, this is actually just his physical form. We've seen it Hank being from GXI Godzilla, and from his latest debut was able to match Red Spiral Ray GXI Godzilla, who is equal with Blue Archetype Vengeance Godzilla, but is slightly more powerful than Vengeance. But also, even though he does kind of get one-shotted by GXI Godzilla's Kaiser Beam, he does at least survive one shot before he gets incinerated in the air, which is not bad. Not bad at all. But if Vengeance Godzilla loses all these matches if he's in his base form. His super form loses, red spiral form, and also his blue archetype form loses. Silver Vengeance Godzilla should be able to match and beat the Omniversal God's physical form. So, moving on with high diff, Vengeance Godzilla wins this. So, I kind of forgot this, but I didn't put the imposter from our timeline, from the main GXI timeline in here. And I just wanted to fix this because, well, I already made the other video, and if you already saw it, it's kind of out. But I just want to make it clear to show you I do be missing details most of the time. and I will fix it. So even though I'm probably not gonna, you know what? I'm actually gonna add it to the big video. So, guys, this is the edit Dimitri, and I'm gonna edit this into the actual bigger video. So this is a quick one. So the imposter versus Vengeance Godzilla. So Vengeance Godzilla comes in here being comparable to GXI Godzilla, but the imposter was able to stop supercharged GXI Godzilla's beam, the supercharged base beam, and has been shown to not be absolutely photorized by GXI Godzilla when he's coming at him. So it's like he can defend himself from GXI, but one good beam should kill him if it's placed in the face. He can react to GXI's beam, which goes at infinite to immeasurable speed. He perceives the Omniversal God, the true form Omniversal God's beam, as slow. Yes, slow, and is able to dodge it with ease. And is able to react and block it. He tanked the explosion from the true form Omniversal God's beam hitting him, hitting the knife. Though he did get one-shotted by the true form Omniversal God. But he is not weak by any chance. This is why he's so high up on the list. He's also able to tank some of the true form Omniversal God's beams, the same beams that would kill other characters. But again, because this will kind of be like GXI Godzilla versus GXI Imposter. GXI Godzilla would win mid-diff. Vengeance Godzilla should win mid to high diff. High diff only because GXI Godzilla is slightly stronger, and the Imposter should be faster and can be able to react to Vengeance Godzilla's attacks. It's once Vengeance Godzilla tires him out or knocks the knife away. If the Imposter's up fast or fast on his feet enough to react and to put the knife up to block the beam, then it's over. Also, I could say that you forgot that the Imposter is able to absorb energy, kind of like how Kong's axe does can absorb beam energy with a knife. So if Vengeance Godzilla tries to beam him, the Imposter could just pull up the knife and use it to block it and also absorb the power and then hit back at him. But Vengeance Godzilla can survive his own attacks. But it's not like it's complete. It absorbs it, and what we saw turn the thing pink. So if Vengeance Godzilla fires it, the knife might either stay pink or turn white and then become even more powerful, as it'll be able to cut into Vengeance Godzilla most likely, since it's able to cut into a physical form Omniversal God, which the Imposter and Godzilla both teamed up on. But in the end, Vengeance Godzilla should pass with mid to high diff. Now, back to the actual video. Godzilla. I would want to say stop here because he shouldn't be more powerful than Godzilla. Godzilla's burning form is insanely more powerful than a lot of things we've seen. He was able to affect and burn the Omniversal God's true form, which is above him technically. He was able to tank one of the Omniversal God's true form beams, though he was kind of knocked back into base form. A casual one shot, but he survived, which is all that matters. He didn't just die instantly, which is pretty interesting. Vengeance vs. Godzilla would have to be very smart. Also, because Godzilla, just like GXI Godzilla, and Hell can't die. Hell Godzilla my first. We literally see what's his name? Godzilla get erased from existence and have his soul destroyed. What does he do? He comes back. He always comes back. I even made a little reference in Godzilla's Imposter Part 1, memeing the I always come back thing. Because he just kind of always come back. But if we put him in silver, he could match him. Well, I would say this because GXI Godzilla, his thermal and Kaiser form, is more powerful than Vengeance Godzilla. I mean, is more powerful than him. I mean, in the power scaling, he is below Kaiser and thermal GXI Godzilla. So, with insane diff, even in his silver form, Vengeance Godzilla passes. true form omniversal god. Could I just stop him here? Yeah? Can you just stop here? I mean, it's just not fair. This is true for omniversal god. He one-shots. He basically was beating, what's his name? GXI Godzilla and his Kaiser form, who is more powerful than Vengeance Godzilla. And he beat Thermal GXI Godzilla. He didn't beat Thermal GXI Godzilla, but he changed the pulse. If Silver fights, Silver and Rage fights, fights the true Mach form omniversal god, what most likely would happen is that the true Mach form omniversal god will probably just beat the ever-loving, beat the daylight out of freaking Vengeance Godzilla. And even if he does somehow do it, he passes, it's gonna be with like extreme diff. I'm gonna say right now, because I just want to keep the video going, he kind of gets his cheeks clapped and he kind of stops here. But I'm being generous in saying that, because the true Mach form omniversal god could just knock him back in the base form, the Mach form. I just feel like he ties, because the Silver form is not stronger than Kaiser or Burning or Thermal. Thermal is technically kind of equalish because he wasn't able to kill, but able to the burn and go around the Mach true form omniversal god. So he should be able to either tie with him, because he's not stronger than Thermal, but he should be able to contend with him and not get absolutely clapped. But I'm gonna say he ties. But the true Mach form omniversal god should win. Now, Hell Godzilla is where he stops. That's even if he somehow tied or survives Mach true form omniversal god, Hell Godzilla was able to one-shot the Mach true form omniversal god. Literally, with one of the beams from the Hellbat form. You can even go back into his base form, which should scale above the Vengeance Godzilla's base form and super form, but is weaker than the blue archetype. You can even go in, I forgot to say Burning, stronger than Burning. You can even go into Hell Godzilla's purple beam, which was able to actually push back GXI Godzilla. And Hell Godzilla is the first enemy that damaged GXI evolved Godzilla, which is kind of crazy with a standard atomic breath. And Hell Godzilla was able to stay on par, or at least fight, with GXI Godzilla and Godzilla when they were fighting against the Mach true form omniversal god. His purple beam was able to knock him back. And when he goes Hellbat form, he basically just starts tanking beams and destroying everyone. Though he kind of gets fodderized and humbled by the actual true form omniversal god, Hell Godzilla was a very powerful character. And I think that Hellbat form should easily be able to beat Vengeance Godzilla's Silver form. But yes, here's how it goes. Hell Godzilla's Hellbat form is stronger than both Thermal and Kaiser GXI Godzilla. And Hell Godzilla is not even the strongest Godzilla. And if Vengeance Godzilla was able to go on, it'd actually be Blockzilla next. So no, Vengeance Godzilla stops here. Vengeance Godzilla clears through most of the verse with low to mid diff, but then once we get past Godzilla, R2 Godzilla, that's when things start to get a little extreme. So, Vengeance Godzilla would actually make a good fit into the Godzillaverse, into the GXI-verse, even though we did see him in the finale. And if I bring him back, and Centroverse gave me the green light, and Maszilla gave me the green light to bring both their Godzillas back into the verse, Vengeance Godzilla would make a perfect character. Because he's strong, but he's not the strongest. And Maszilla would also make a perfect character. He's strong, but he's also not the strongest. But he's not weak. these guys would actually make pretty good parts into the GodzillaVerse. I mean, they perfectly fit into the GXIverse. So that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and for the answer, yes, Genji's Godzilla can make his way in the GXIverse and could thrive in there, but he realistically shouldn't get past Godzilla. He either ties him or beats him in Sing Diff. And the mock true form Omniversal God, he either dies to or just ties with him and gets his cheeks clapped by Hell Godzilla. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know what the next video should be. If you guys have any more video ideas, tell me in the comments. And, well, peace. I lost my voice yesterday because it was the 4th of July. I am out of here. Goodbye. Peace.